Hello and welcome to my channel. Have you ever understood what are the channels that can be used in terms of communication in a project or in a program environment? Don't worry, in this video, I'm going to take you through all the channels that you need to use in terms of communication in a project setup. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Oscar Mbira. I'm a certified program and project manager. This is the channel which I use to help aspiring and also practicing project managers to succeed. So in this video, I'm going to take you through all that is required in terms of communication in a project or program environment. So let's dive in. So the first item we are going to look into in terms of communication channels in a project or program setup environment is meetings. I don't think there's anyone who has never attended any meeting in any corporate environment. Meetings these days, they can be done in two parts. It could be virtual, which means you can do it online using tools like Zoom or even Teams. So that is the first part of it. Second part of it, it can be done physically, which means you have to travel or you have to move from one office to the other for you to have a meeting. But in all cases, a meeting is very important for communication, it's very important for collaboration, it's also very important for stakeholder alignment. So during the meeting, one of the very important points you have to consider when you're running the meeting is to make sure that everything is quite documented, everything is also summarized, everyone is very clear on the agenda of the meeting, what has been discussed, everyone is very clear in terms of action items from the meeting. If you want to understand or you want to learn more about how to run effective meeting, I've done a video on how to run effective meeting. You can also check it on my channel to appreciate how to run effective meeting and therefore allow your project to be very successful. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you are the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel. It will also help the channel to grow. It can also help the channel to produce more videos like this one. So, the second channel that you can use in a project or program setup is emails and memos. So these days, emails, I have to be honest with you, I've tried using emails in a project. They're a bit slow in terms of communication. Can you imagine you can send someone an email around 8 in the morning and then you find that person responding to you around 6 in the evening. So as much as emails, they are very good, especially when it comes to record keeping, I find them very slow these days. If you try to use other platforms, like for example, you try to use your WhatsApp or even Skype, you find some of them, they're a bit faster as compared to emails. However, that does not stop you from using emails as a communication channel in a project setup or project environment. You can also use memos just to send to members or any stakeholders to appreciate what is happening in the project. So it is one of the channels that you can use for communication in a project setup, emails and also memos. But just make sure that in terms of your emails or memos that you are sending, there's no ambiguity. Everything should be very clear in those communication channels, email and memo. And also make sure everyone has got access either to the memo or to the email. You must be very sure in terms of the distribution list, who are the recipients of that email, so that you don't send email to the wrong people. You end up confusing everyone because the information that goes there through that email, maybe that group of people, that individual was not expecting that to come to them, so it will cause confusion. That is very, very important. The third channel that is very common in a project communication setup is to use project management tools. You have heard about Asana for project management. You have also heard about Trello for project management, even Microsoft Project for project management. So these tools are also very important when it comes to communication. Say for example, you have a specific task to be completed by any of the project members. Using either a task manager or you're using even a project plan, you can communicate with the team to say, this specific task was supposed to be completed on this day and is due either in 2 days or it's already overdue, you need to work on it. So that is very, very important. You should learn to use tools in a project setup. These days it's very easy to use some of these tools and they make the communication a bit faster. So project management tools are also another way or a channel or channels in a project which you can use for communication, and you should make use of them. That's what I normally do in my project. I always make sure that I use tools. They help to automate some of these things like reminders. They also help to automate some of these things like report extraction and also progress updates and so on and so forth. So I would advise you from my experience that you should always be using project management tools in terms of communication channels. Now, the fourth channel that you can use for communication is the reports. You can also use reports as part of your communication. Say, for example, you were running a certain phase of the project or a certain stage of the project, and it's almost completed. You want to communicate, for example, lessons learned from that phase, or you want to communicate follow-up actions from that phase. So you can put it as a report, and then you can share it with the specific stakeholders so that they can understand in terms of that phase, what was done right, what was done wrong, and how do you consolidate the gains from that specific phase. That is very important. You can also use the reports. For example, if it was an exception report, which means you have gone past a specific deadline, you want to ask for additional budgets, for example, additional funding, then you can produce a report that can clarify what actually transpired, which led to the current situation where you might need additional budgets. So a report is also very, very important. The other item I've seen as a communication channel in a project used by others is surveys. I've used surveys once in one of my projects where you want to get as much information as possible from project members, or you want to appreciate where the specific approach is working. Say, for example, you're using agile approach or waterfall, even hybrid. You want to appreciate if that is working or it should be changed. You can throw out a survey to project members, you get feedback. So that kind of feedback you're getting is also part of communication. Someone is telling you what is working well and what is not working in a project. That is very, very important to consider as a project manager. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you're the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel. It will also help the channel to grow. It can also help the channel to produce more videos like this one. If you want me to create additional videos based on what we've covered in this video, including the concepts, the techniques, or you've got any specific clarification that you might want to understand, let me know in the comment section below.